Why is there why the fuck do I see a picture of a tip jar? It looks like a glass that you would, like, put tips in or something. What the fuck? I had to reinstall Streamlabs because I had 3 accounts hooked up to it, right? And I logged out, logged in, logged out, logged in, logged out, logged in. And every time it would automatically log me into my default account, which I was assuming was my, main account, the Savang account. And I guess it wasn't. I guess it wasn't. So, what's up, Harvey, son? But I missed everybody, so I don't know. Do you guys also see a jar or a glass that looks very cloudy? Like you can't see through it, but it doesn't look like it's filled up with anything? In the middle of my screen, I see that. Do you guys see that? Or do you guys just see a black screen? You do see it. What the fuck is that? I had to, like I say, I kept logging out, logging in, logging out, and logging in of Streamlabs. And typically when I log out of Streamlabs and I'd log back in, since I have 3 accounts hooked up to it, it would give me the choice. And you guys gotta understand, I'm not on a computer. Ever. I'm on an old iPhone. It's not that old. I guess it is that old now, but I wouldn't trade this iPhone for nothing. When this one until it becomes totally obsolete, I'm not ever upgrading because they're too big. All the other ones are too big for my small, tiny hands. And I don't want to lose. If I go any higher, I will lose the headphone jack. And I'll have to get those Apple AirPod things, which are wireless headphones. I don't even know how that shit works. I don't want to have to learn that. Why fucking fix something, Apple, that isn't broken? And that's another issue I had with not wanting to upgrade, but, Apple makes it to where you have to. But anyway, guys, I wasn't being able to, every time I logged in, it wasn't giving me the options when I would log out of which account I wanted to access out of the 3. So, I didn't know what else to do besides, uninstall and reinstall the app. So I did that, and now none of my accounts are synced. None of them. So I had to, re-sync this one, and, it had a couple options there at the beginning where it's, showing me, and it had, a bunch of other stuff. I don't know if this jar or something, or this glass, or whatever this is one of those options I didn't click on or didn't click off because I didn't pay much attention. So just ignore it. I don't know why that's there, but I'll try to get it off. I'm not too worried about it. That's why you like your iPhone 6? Okay, yes, exactly. That's why I almost got the 6 Plus, Harvey, but it was too big for my hands. Because I paid outright for this phone back in 2017. I bought it in North Carolina for $800. Altogether, it was about $800. Taxes, first case, and all that. But the phone itself was over $700. So it's and I will never ever be an Android user, but I looked at the other models. I was going to go for a 7 because they had a 7 at that time too for just a couple hundred more. But they were way too big to hold in one hand. Do you know how annoying it's going to be to lay in bed at night and fucking have to get used to holding a phone with 2 hands? That's going to be so fucking annoying. And with the 6 Plus, it was a slightly bigger than the iPhone 6, but it was just a little bit too big. I don't know how much the difference is now, but I used to. I remember when they first came out, I was working for T-Mobile selling these phones to these suckers. And I knew all the specs back then because I enjoyed selling, but anyway. It was just too big, but I don't know why guys are seeing a glass. I must have skipped one of the steps, because whenever you uninstall an app, not just, delete it from, your Apple interface or whatever, but you totally uninstall it from your device, not just your home screen or whatever. So you have to reinstall it and set it up exactly the way you wanted it before. And so I apologize. I don't know why there's a cup there. You like your headphone jack. See, I do too. And I knew at the store if I were to get the iPhone 7, like, I'd be, or even, I'd have to get used to the fucking no headphones. Which again, I put headphones in often at night. If I hear people snoring, especially, and they would fall out. They fall off. I even have, like, big bulky ones that are, like, really cushioned well. And those are the ones I typically use to sleep in. They go over the head. They're not, like, stick in the earbuds. They go over your head, and they're really comfy and stuff. If you lay on your side, doesn't hurt your ear when you wake up in the morning. But oftentimes, they're often out of my ear. So, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to upgrade, because Apple is making the iPhone 6s totally obsolete. Totally. They're going to eventually make it to where I can't no longer, the iPhone 6 will no longer support the Apple software updates. And once that happens, they're already making apps that aren't supported by it, and it just sucks, the Apple does that. But they gotta make money, they're a big corporation, and they put out a nice quality product. They know that if they don't make their phones obsolete, that people like me, who take extremely good care of their phones, like, there's not a scratch on this fucking phone, they'll just use them forever, because they don't ever, you are a big scammer, YouTube exposed archivist. Princess Tanya, how are you? I'm good. I'm great, darling. I'm sorry that, I don't know why there's a glass here that's kind of pissing me off, because if that fucking glass is there in the background. Oh, that's why they made it to where it isn't totally see-through. So that way, it's still like, what's the word I'm looking for? Translucent. So you can still see it whenever you, does it give you any options or anything? Because I'm curious as to what I clicked on. Huh. Apple are now worth trillions. I know, they can stand to not make as many fucking upgrades as they do, Harvey. They can. And, they fix things that aren't broken, such as the fucking headphone jack. That is my one big pet peeve with Apple. I am not looking forward to fucking having to get used to... First of all, those Apple iPods are still going for, like, over $100 just alone. On places that, people sell stuff like called in my town, or in your town on Facebook, on different groups, you'll have people sell like secondhand stuff. They're listing those alone for over $100. Now, I don't know if I were to get them at this point or before my iPhone currently, Harvey. Maybe you can answer this for me. If we both, let's say we both got a pair of Apple the earbuds, right? The wireless ones. I don't know what they're technically called. Could we hook those up to our iPhone 6? Because you have a 6 Plus, so you still have the headphone jack too. Could we somehow make those work with our current cell phone, just to kind of get used to using them, and before we ultimately are forced to fucking upgrade? And, I don't know if with the upgraded ones, I assume that the headphones would come in the box. I assume the Apple wouldn't be doing us that dirty, because the headphones have always come in the box. And, but they're very expensive if you lose them. And I lose things a lot. So, I don't know. I hate those pod things. So you have used them then? Have you used them with your current iPhone that you told me you had, or have you used it on like a newer iPad? Or I'm not really concerned too much about, oh, yeah, you're going to have to Bluetooth. But, I mean, I already have gotten into the habit where I put earbuds in or headphones on, and, you know, if I want to talk to someone, I've never used a Bluetooth. I'm not interested in that. Hey, Berg Show, yeah, I'm back. I miss my friends, guys. Sorry. I missed, not Noodles, but David. You know, I miss David, and I miss Carrie a lot. And, you know, I haven't been watching, like, the last time I was in, I mean, the last video I watched of Anderson's was, like, where, you know, the last time I was on his channel before being over there tonight, on a video that was just titled My Name. I haven't watched any of the live streams, and I don't really want to. I'm not going to catch up on all that. Because if I do it for him, then I got to do it for Noodles and other people. And I don't want to spend all that time catching up on a bunch of drama. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't know what's been going on. The last time I was in Noodles was whenever I was on panel. I went over to Noodles and I unblocked him. Left a comment, and I don't know what the fuck's been going on. I've been totally out of the loop. But at the same time, I don't care. You know, I just miss these people for who they are. They're people that I care for, you know, that I do care for. And I care for my friends here on YouTube, like good people like Michelle and you know, Harvey and Rena and a lot of different people, you know. And I just needed some time for me because I was going through, I didn't need no 6 months. So, but I did abandon the account for like a week. And I tried to go to a separate account. Somehow somebody found me. I'm pretty sure I know how, but I don't want to, like, for the real retarded trolls, I don't want to tell people. I mean, because, you know, I don't know. They probably already know. But, you know, if you have your subscriptions private and you subscribe to somebody, they're not going to be able to see. Because I had to log into a computer to see this. And it straight up tells you, in order to see your subscriptions, you got to log into a computer. You can't do it through YouTube Studio app. You can't do it through just accessing your YouTube account through your iPhone's just Safari browser or the Google, what is it? Well, I guess I don't know what the equivalent to the Android version would be. I just assume it'd be Google. But you can't access, you know, any of that anymore. They made it to where you have to. And just, this is what I mean by YouTube just going down the drain. Totally. But this is still my main platform. You know, I met the love of my life on this platform. I have done so many things. I've met so many good people. I did a stream the other night on an account that I was on called Que Sera Sera, and that is a song. Que Sera Sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que Sera Sera. You guys have heard that. Everybody's fucking heard that. It's an old song. It was a troll account I had, and I have tons of them. And then I thought, I need a safe space to play with John. That's what I wanted. I thought, well, maybe I can do what he's doing and just, you know. But typically, I kind of am already by not really participating much in the drama, not really watching it. I just kind of keep getting sucked into it because people I care about some of them just are really addicted. They're really fucking addicted. They are totally obsessed with catching everybody's stream and stuff. And the old YouTube that I come from, those old ways are still ingrained in my mind. It really is. Now, we had Blog TV back in the day, but you guys have all heard me say these things. So, I tried my sister's ones. I don't like them. Must get out of bed. Abby, was I blocked on your channel? No, Botter, you weren't. Hey, what's up? Sandy! 5-0. Retired 5-0's in the house. Sandy. Good morning, Sandy. See, people like Sandy I fucking missed. You know, I can't just let all that go for 6 months. I miss these people. Like, I saw the little fish video of the cute little fish spitting, and I thought, oh my God, that is so Carrie. I just started missing Carrie. Like, I adore Carrie. I love Carrie no matter what she does to me, dude. I always love this chick. And, she's like, and it reminded me of when I see her troll. Other people, she's a vicious troll, dude. She can get that way. She's real good at it. But when I see her troll, if I, see her troll with the amount of love I have in my heart for her now, it to me, it looks as cute as that fish spitting. Wasn't that the cutest thing? How many people can honestly say they've seen a fish, like, spit outside of its fucking bowl or its tank and be that intelligent? Like, really? No. Isn't that cute? And I was just scrolling, and as you can tell, that's a different format, right? That's not YouTube. That's on Facebook. I find so many cute videos, Like I say, Facebook has, definitely been for me personally, it's the only other social media platform I'm on to where it really stuck. They haven't changed a lot. If they have changed, it's been for the better. For instance, offering that video section now, you can just go and start looking at random videos. My settings, and I was suggesting this to all of you before I left, go and tweak your fucking settings. Because YouTube is doing some shady shit. First of all, with the wrenches and all that, that's like another order out of chaos. They knew that wouldn't be a good idea. They implemented it anyway. And look at all the trouble that's caused alone. Just those wrenches. And now they're showing you a bunch of free movies that weren't free before. I remember some movies I've watched, like Overboard, the old one, from like the 80s. It didn't used to be free. All of a sudden now it's free to watch. And I think now they've already taken that old movie from like 1980 something and made it to where you have to pay for it again. They're doing this because they want to compete with Netflix and Hulu. But they're being shady about it, Keep certain movies free for everyone, always. Don't take them off. Don't put them back on and take them off and put them back on and take them off. Hulu did the same thing before they started charging for their service. And good morning. Doris Day song. Yes, is that who is yeah, I can see her now dancing around in that. Was it a movie that was originally in? Because it looks like a scene from a movie. It's a good song. It's a cute song. Everybody but a retard would assume that's just some, Mexican language. I mean, and so what if it was? What does that concern any of, why would you be so concerned, dude? Why am I renting space in your head that much when you don't take up hardly any of mine? We ain't close like that no more. No more, dude. What's up, Rubber Wilbur? Brandon, where you been, dude? Where you at? Why can't I ever find you? You're never in any... Well, I guess I'd need to look because I haven't been in many people's streams. But are you still over at Mallory's? I mean, where do you watch this Rich Life guy? That Rich Life guy is creepy, isn't he? He repeats the same thing over and over straight up. Rich Life, I have to personally say I haven't watched him enough, but just through the few interactions I've had with him alone, which is where I went to his channel, watched a video, or I went into a live stream, said hello, or whatever, I was immediately I usually wouldn't say hello. I would just kind of watch for a few minutes. It wasn't the kind of content I looked to watch. But, he was creepily hitting on me, asking me outright, having no interaction with me. I remember the first time I had any interaction with this guy. He came into my stream right before YouTube implemented that whole, where you can't, no longer, you can't click on somebody's username and then automatically go to their channel in the stream. So this was before they implemented that. Rich Life Road Trips came in here randomly. It was a black screen. I show my face all the time. People know what I look like without a mask. People know what I look like on my good days and on my bad days, because I just don't care. But anyway, he came in. He's like, "Oh, I love your voice. You want to be my girlfriend?" I'm like, "I don't even fucking know who you are." And then when I went and saw this dude, I felt insulted that he could think he could pull me. And I also felt insulted that he doesn't know me at all. He doesn't know me at all. He's had no personal interactions with me at all. Yet every time I've just came in and said nothing but hi, hope you're doing well, or left a comment, like 3 times I think I did that on his streams. And he would come back with very flirtatious, unwanted sexual advances. And it was first of all, I don't find him attractive, okay? I mean, look at Marcus. Look at my exes, dude. Look at people that I've dated. I have confidence, okay? I don't date below me, alright? And that guy, I don't know, he must have confidence too, to be, unless he's just the type, some guys just know they're ugly, so they cast wide nets, so to speak, you know what I mean? They cast a wide net to see how many fish they get to bite. Anderson does that. He has no self-esteem. I don't know what his fucking problem is, dude. You begged me to come on your panel many a time. So did others in your fucking shit. And then you just attack me, and then you fucking make videos about me like I told you this cocksucker would, because he wants attention. And he's fat. Anderson, do you not realize how fat you've gotten? You have been so sheltered, dude. And this loser tries to build himself up by hurting others on a level now that hasn't changed. This loser, you're going to seriously say, oh, Coeur d'Alene is too rich for Abby's butt. Dude, you yourself admitted we went months without talking. I've lived here over almost 11 years. I mean, dude, for you to go to college and all that, you didn't graduate. You only went a few months. And I don't even think you paid for it. I think Natalie paid for it. And I think she was the one that had to fucking get it into your thick skull to do something with your life whenever, even she didn't want your ass. Carrie didn't want your ass. I didn't want your fucking ass when push comes to shove, no matter what he tells you people, unless he shows you proof. And I can show a lot more proof because I got an arsenal on that son of a bitch. He's lucky I ain't doxed his fucking ass yet. At this point, he can't be making videos like that anymore thinking like we have that kind of connection anymore. We don't. We don't have that connection anymore, you fucking loser. Make videos on, like, just being yourself and see if you can pull an actual audience, Anderson. Do something other than read comments or have a panel full of, cunts that nobody likes except Noodles. And you let them take over. Don't come on here high as a kite every time, being disrespectful to your viewers. I mean, try to be a one-man show like you used to be. You don't have that kind of shit, dude. You don't have that kind of fucking passion for the game no more. I still do. That's why you see people coming in here. That's why I have made friends. That's why I don't have to go around and watch everybody. They'll come to me because they know I'm real. They know I care about them. They know I ain't going to leave my friends on here for fucking 6 months just because some fucking dated troll wants me to. You can suck my cock. The only fucking reason I left was because I was having some issues in my real life, which I told people about. And I got my fucking ass in gear and worked and finished that fucking website, got paid. And everything's good now. This is my apartment. This ain't Marcus's. So, I don't know what kind of twisted shit I haven't talked to this motherfucker privately in months. Maybe over a year at this point. I have him blocked on Facebook. I deleted his number. He called me one time during a live stream for 5 minutes, and I kept my live stream running, and I came back within 5 minutes. So that wasn't much of a conversation. I refuse to talk to the people privately now, because they take it and they misconstrue it, and they say, oh, they make it sound like, first of all, we had these great lengthy conversations, and he's jealous of the fact that I like Carrie, and he still has feelings for her. He knows Liz is a fat, ugly piece of shit. And I thought, isn't she? I don't know, guys. I haven't been watching. Isn't she out? Right before I left, I scrolled down my YouTube equivalent of the news feed, right? And I saw a video from him of Liz. And it was titled something like Liz is Calling, and it had a thumbnail of her with that I don't think it's an e-cigarette. It's not an e-cigarette. It's a marijuana, which is very legal down there still. It's a marijuana pen, because I've seen Anderson toke off of it a few times, and I was wondering I was thinking, he got, and this is when they were in the video together. This was a long time ago. And I was like, so she's got him addicted to e-cigs now, so now he's a nicotine addict too, but it's not e-cig, because I watched them both get high off of that. And it's still very illegal in West Virginia. And by the way, Anderson, you were born in North Carolina, so you say. Motherfucker, you can't even piss in private or in public, dude. You haven't traveled anywhere. You haven't done anything with your life. Up until fucking 3 or 4 years ago, you couldn't even get on welfare to be able to afford a Section 8 apartment in West Virginia where you have lived, and you're over 30. And you're going to tell me that, first of all, I had a shirt. That shirt I had on, guys, that shirt I bought from freaking Walmart for like $24. I can honestly say it is the only shirt that I have that has. I bought a hoodie too, but I don't like the hoodie. So now COD just uses it as a fucking pillow. I never wore it. It was I didn't like the way it looked. It would definitely, it made my breasts look 20 times bigger than they were. It was just too tight. And so I didn't ever take it back, though I should have. But I'd already pulled the tags off of it and stuff. And I don't like to wear real tight shirts or anything that makes me, expose my breasts. I don't like to get looked at like that. And I don't appreciate him stalking me. I'm not Liz, so why are you on my shit? Are you fucking me? No. Would I ever let you fuck me at this point? No. We don't have that kind of friendship anymore. We don't have anything like that anymore, Anderson. So, the fact that how you even found that K Sarah account, it had to be through Carrie. She had to have been subbed to it. Otherwise she or somebody else was heavily stalking Milton John's page. His Smoking Giovanni page, because I deleted a lot of them, and he was going to go back and delete the ones that I couldn't find, but I guess he didn't, or he didn't get them all. But only he was supposed to know about that. And I come back here a week later, find out, I'm getting way too many views on this stuff, or this is not a safe space for me to talk about, Milton, or me to, be able to talk to Marcus in a live stream. And, because if you notice the live stream I did on there, whoever did see it, it was such a fun live stream. I had one viewer the entire time. Nobody commented. It was so fun. And I really wanted a private space, but I don't know. I'm going to have to make another account. And then I did. I went to another troll account. I didn't make a new one. I went to another one. It's already got one sub. So whoever's doing this, they already know, the whole thing where you have to, if you have your subscriptions private and somebody goes on the computer to see who's subscribed to them, if that person has their subscriptions private, then you're not going to be able to see that you're, who all is actually subbed to you. You're not going to be able to see who's, made their subscriptions private. And, so, I don't know, guys. I really don't. But I'm not Liz. I'm not somebody that is so concerned about him in the way that he is so concerned about me. We don't have the type of friendship anymore to where we can just video fight and go back and forth, and at the end of the day, the bond's never broken, because you already broke the bond when you came back here and started whoring around with Carrie. And then I didn't fucking want your sorry ass at all at that point. And, you know, she didn't want you because she saw how abusive you were. I told her always, I'm like, look, don't be surprised if he does this, this, and this. I just don't want to see you get hurt, but at the end of the day, if you guys love each other and you want to be together, that's your prerogative. I have nothing against it. And Carrie knew that. It was her decision. It wasn't me turning her against him. She'll tell you that. She's a grown fucking woman, dude. She has decades on me of life experience, of actual life experience. So, this woman can make her own decisions. She's extremely intelligent. And, for him to be like, yeah, Abby cared. No, dude, no. She didn't want your fucking ass because she even told you she doesn't want to be abused by you. Nobody's gonna put up with your stupid ass the way I did. Nobody. Maybe Liz, but even her sorry ass cheated on you, like I saw somebody else mention on that video you did of me. Even her sorry ass cheated on you within 3 days of breaking up. Hadn't you guys been talking for over a year at that point? Dude, I was fucking faithful all them years. Dude, you're fucking tripping. You don't remember shit. And then for him to sit and say that I was copying, dude, when you watch people for a certain amount of time, or you pick up their phrases. There's things I say that Melton says. There's things I say that I've got from a lot of different people around here. And there's things that I thought, oh wow, they got that from me. I say that. Do I fucking... Just little phrases. If you watch somebody enough, you're going to pick up on their little phrases. But for this motherfucker to be stalking one of my accounts, saying that I was saying stuff that was so profound, when he tells me, and he tells everybody, unless it, benefits him, he tells people on every day that, I'm fucking have no memory and that, all that, he makes fun of my disabilities all the time. Because the dialysis has made my memory go a lot. My short-term memory especially. But for him to say, what did he even say? I didn't even watch all of that video. He said something to the effect of, that I say that I must have been copying him because he heard me say some profound things. Said that I was the dumbest bitch he had ever fucking met. Dude. Seriously, he has me confused with fucking Liz. I swear to God. He has me so confused with that retarded kid that he fucked. He fucked a kid. He's a pedo, in my opinion. And Pac knows it. That's why he don't like Pac. Because he stalks my shit. Pac coming here telling it like it is. He's a goddamn ped. And I agree. Henderson's a ped. Alright? That's just all it is. Now, is Liz out of fucking... Because I didn't watch that video. I told you what I saw. I saw a thumbnail of him, and a video titled something to the effect of, she was out calling him or something. I saw the thumbnail. In it, she was holding that fucking pop pen, and she was toking off of that. But I didn't watch the video. So... If she was actually in a mental ward, they wouldn't be letting her have an e-cig, a pop pen, anything. They wouldn't be letting her smoke, period. And they definitely wouldn't be letting her FaceTime Henderson, if that's, if that's what was happening. I don't fucking know. Or they'd be watching her, She wouldn't have been able to get a hold of no phone or contraband. So is she not out? I thought by that thumbnail alone, even though I didn't watch the video, that I put two and two together. I just told you. And I thought, oh great, she's out. I was happy for her. That was right before I abandoned the account. I was happy. I thought, great. Now Anderson won't have to be so miserable. He can go back to fucking a kid. They can get pregnant. They can have their retarded baby. And life will be great for them. And I was happy. So is she not out then? Because I haven't. If this bitch was out, she'd be all over Anderson's live streams. Even though people have straight up said to him, "We don't like seeing her on your live streams. She's annoying." And she is. She's extremely annoying. So I can't help that if I have people come in here on my shit and tell me their opinions. If he don't like it, then he can kick rocks. I mean, not everybody's gonna like your fat, ugly, disgusting girlfriend who fucking cheated on you already, you fucking douchebag. You're a cuck. Not only are you a pedo, but you've turned into a cuck. You're a cuck for somebody like Liz. So is she not out, guys? Is that why he's like on my dick all of a sudden? Is she still in fucking 5150 lockdowns, but like for what, over a year or so? What's going on with this bitch? Because now this motherfucker's trying to ride my dick again. If I had one, he'd be riding it. trying to, go back and make videos like we would back in the day, just harmlessly dissing each other, thinking that I'm going to come on here and do the same, and it's going to be all lighthearted and shit. When we don't even fucking talk in private anymore, dude, fuck you. You need to be concerned about your chick. I thought she was out. I didn't understand that shit at all. Could somebody help me? I'm reading the comments now. Yeah, that wasn't my money. That's money that Marcus gave me to pay for a certain bill. It was a Spectrum bill, because that wasn't money for me to spend on food. And he was supposed to be off that day to fucking pay it, because you know what, guys? I don't use the fucking internet here. I don't use it. He's the one that uses it on my fucking PlayStation, because his fucking games require internet. Right now, I'm running off of data. The internet doesn't work well for me on this phone. You know why? I don't know why. Actually, I don't know why. But it just doesn't work well. So, he told me to go pay that bill. I went in and paid it that day. Or no, I may have not. I may have waited a few more days. I don't remember. But no, if I'm coming on here telling you like I'm not eating, then it's the truth. But I don't have much of an appetite, so don't send me food unless I, ask for it. Like, I'm sick, guys. I have end-stage kidney failure. I had missed treatments. Like, I was stressed out. And, that if I'm not coming on here trying to scam people. I'm not, with none of that, guys. None of that. But the only goddamn person that did give a fuck about me was Carrie. And her and Rec. Really. There was a few others. But Carrie and Rec have been more supportive of me than anyone. And I deeply love Carrie, and I miss her, and I think I recognize some of her troll accounts, just like she can recognize some of mine. But I don't, at this point, she could say whatever she wants to about me, and I see her as being so cute as that fucking fish I posted earlier. That's what made me come back. That's why I fucking left. Was because I went up on Noodle's panel when explaining, like, not letting, and I hope did he delete that? Because I just went over to his before I started this up. Is somebody like, hello guys, can you hear me? Press 18 if you can, type 18. Well, Anderson's a piece of shit, Ouija Lock. I mean, this guy's insane. This guy has abused me for 10 years. It's nothing new. He's doing nothing new. But the thing is, he doesn't understand is that I'm not personally affected by it anymore, because him and I don't have that kind of relationship anymore. He needs to not be a whore. He needs to be loyal. Stick to Liz. Don't come on here dissing me. It would probably hurt her personally. Because you know what? She always saw me as a threat. She always saw me as a threat, even though I would, tell her, hey, that's your man, girl. I'm just a friend of his, And all those live streams that I was there, and she was there, and I was supporting them, even though, I didn't personally like some of the things that they were doing to her, because, Anderson, and it kind of goes back to what he was doing to me. If you go into I don't know why he'd be discussing me, or talking to a group of fat dudes about me at all. If you go into any kind of room, especially if they're a bunch of fat dudes that are ugly, and you start saying, hey, look at this girl, like he pretty much said he did, isn't she ugly? Then those dudes are going to automatically, if there's just a bunch of guys around, say yes, even if they don't think the girl's ugly, just to get validation from other men. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm mature enough to understand this. Little Liz isn't. So when I would see her, when I would see Noodles, when she would stand up and you see that she had this, big hangover stomach that, really, would show, her, it was hangover stomach. It made me feel great about my body, sure, but did I say anything rude about hers? Nope. But when I saw Noodles up there, and FYI, Noodles was using you, Anderson, you retard, just like you were using him. So I'm glad that you're too stupid to see that Noodles was using you, dude. Don't you understand that he isn't not coming on your fucking panel anymore because of fucking Liz? He was never attracted to Liz. Put two and two together, you idiot. Every time she'd stand up, he'd go, ugh. You tell her to stand up and dance around because you knew that her body was very unbecoming, way bigger than mine. You said that 1,000,000 times to her. And I'd say, don't put her down. That's so fucked up. You're trying to turn her against me, dude. And I don't want to talk. I don't even talk to her. I'm not fucking going on Skype or anything. I don't want her fucking number. Because I was happy that you had found somebody, even if you are a pedo. If she was happy with you, then that was great. That's all that matters. But that kid was way more immature than I was at that age. Doing stuff at that age that I definitely wasn't fucking doing. And, Jesus Christ. She is the dumbest chick I've met. But it's due to her age. And all the drug abuse. And the fact that she probably should be in foster care. But she wasn't. But then again, would she be better off there? She'd still be trying to run away. Then they'd put her in a fucking group home to where they don't care about kids at all. And, because, they would have to if she'd run away. And if she's a runaway, I never ran away from foster parents. I was seen as an easy check because I was so well behaved and I did so well in school. And I didn't ever sneak out or do any of those things. So, it's just fucked up that, he knows what he's taking on with Liz, and for him to be reverting back to his old self when I had seen a level of maturity out of him that I thought, wow, maybe his abusing me did help him understand that, hey, he can't be like that toward Liz, even though I'd question it sometimes because I'd see him tell Liz to get up and dance when he had a big audience, whenever he was really high and he couldn't have to talk. And he was doing it because he knows that his audience hates Liz. And Noodles would go, ugh, whenever, he would see her stand up. And this kid would stand up and try to dance, as big as she is, knowing, not really fully grasping that, hey, I have a bunch of people in here that are, that my boyfriend knowingly wants me to fucking dance for, and just so they can laugh at me and make a mockery of me. She didn't know that. You know what she was thinking? She was thinking my boyfriend that I love wants to see me dance, I don't give a fuck about anybody else's opinion of me. I'm gonna stand up and dance because I love the man. That's what was going through her head, because she's a kid. She doesn't understand that. When she grows up and she gets a little mature, I mean, she can already tell that their relationship is crap because she cheated on him already. I mean, which, who wouldn't? After meeting his fucking ass. I wouldn't, because I'm the only one that's ever put up with this shit. But you're going to say that I was a whore, dude? No, you got me totally confused with Liz. Plus, me and you never got down like that, Anderson. You were always the one to first initiate sexual shit, and I wouldn't do it. And that's why I have so many videos of you, and you ain't got a single video of me, son. That's why the only fucking pictures you got of me, other than the few I sent you, you had to beg Ram Hat to give you. The only man that I had ever showed my shit to that fucking betrayed me. And I got an arsenal on his ass, too. Do you think I fucking would show it? If I haven't shown it by now, I haven't done it. But, you know, it's just fucked up the way men are. Like, Anderson's sick. But, like, you know, like I say, poor old Liz didn't understand that, hey, Anderson's high. He's telling me to get up. Hey, Marcus, how you doing, darling? I'm doing a live stream, and I know you're here now. I didn't know you'd be home so freaking early. Because you never get home. Yeah, you've been getting home real early because you know why? Because me and him have been working things out great. Hey, Carolyn, baby. Patty! Hey, Patty! Born Mush! Hey, Born Mush! I got 28 people in here. But you know what, guys? Marcus has been coming home a lot earlier because him and I have been working things out. You know, we're getting along a lot better. And I've spent this, week and a half or so just chilling, doing my own thing, working on my friendship with Mark. And I just to tell you, don't believe anything this guy says about me. Even Marcus knows I'm not a whore. He straight up said that he would never live in this house with me, never help me ever if I slept with somebody else. Even though him and I have been broken up since 2017. And we don't have sex because I'm not, first of all, I refuse to have sex with somebody I'm not in a relationship with, and that is an ex. He broke up with me, but an ex is an ex. And you guys know this. I mean, plus, I'm sick. Marcus knows I'm sick. He's seen me when I'm extremely ill. You know, it's not all what Anderson tells you, because I haven't talked to this dude privately in God knows how long. Over a year, maybe a year and a half. So don't believe his bullshit. No, all of you men out there, would you ever, come home to an ex or help her with bills and shit if she ever needed it? If she wasn't putting out for you at all? No. No, you wouldn't. Would you ever come home to an ex that you thought was a whore or that cheated on you? Ever? No. Would you ever befriend an ex after dumping them? And 6 years later, here we are. No, you fucking wouldn't. My actions have always proved louder than my words. Andersons can't say the same, but see, nobody knows him like I do. You guys don't know that he, has his own place that's totally unfurnished. That's why he won't show you around it. Because it's unfurnished. He's lived there for, 4 years now, Anderson? Maybe longer? It's a Section 8 apartment he only pays $99 a month for. And he can't even spend money to furnish it. So when he tells you Liz is sleeping in the other room, she's sleeping on the floor. And I think he admitted that once. That's why he took those strings. That's why he keeps taking his strings down and stuff. But watch his fucking shit if he's live. I'm not gonna watch it because that's the last time I'm gonna fucking be attacked. Whenever I was totally cool with him, the day before, and I was in his stream supporting him and all that, because I don't go back and rewatch streams. Okay, I don't. If I'm not in them, I'm not fucking watching them. How's work? But hey, Marcus is getting caught. Did you see that account? I sent Marcus a screenshot because I was in Bergs earlier and I got timed out for some dumb reason, I don't know. But somebody had made an account called Cod the Filthy Bastard Child. And I showed it to Mark. Mark, wasn't that disgusting? Yeah. He said, yeah. That's just beyond disgusting that somebody would do that. First of all, Cod isn't a bastard. Cod has me, and Cod sees his daddy every day. Mark just picked up Cod, gave him a kiss. I mean, are you kidding me? That kid is that fucking stuffed animal is treated like a real kid. It's not a bastard. It has two parents. And we both tell it we're its parents. Like, for real. Because don't you guys think it hurt Marcus too to lose that baby? Come on. Liz must not be pregnant. And I guess that's why he's making fun of my miscarriage and all that, and Marcus and all that, because he's jealous. That's called jealousy. When somebody's talking about you, even when you've abandoned your account, you're not saying a fucking word about them, and they continuously talk about you. The only thing I've seen so far is half of that video that he titled to me, where he's really fat, but he's pretending like he's lifting weights, with his scrawny ass arms. He's really out of shape, but yet he's gonna sit and pick at my weight when it'd say all this shit that ain't true about me. I almost he can't decipher me from Liz. It's so strange. Dude, focus on your girl. Focus on getting on her father's good side, dude. Focus on getting on her fucking father's good side. Because, you know what, Anderson, even if you don't like him, that's still her dad. Even if she don't like him, that's still her dad. You never know. As she grows up, she might want to reconnect with her dad. You never know. For you to come in and hate him too, when you're over 30 years old, what are you, almost 33 now? 32? Yeah. Focus on, because her real father was in that stream before he's attacked me, and I was still watching. And he just attacked her dad. Talking shit. This is supposed to be a woman that he loves. A woman that, even though she's cheated and all that, he forgave her because he said he saw her through a lens of love. But all he does is abuse her in the same way he used to do me, because he wants to groom her. That's why he's a ped. He's a legit ped. My husband didn't groom me, honey. I'm too damn smart. I was not doing the type of shit she was doing at that age. Okay, I knew what I wanted, and I was very mature at that age. And I would be told that all the time, how mature I am for my age. I must have heard that from every fucking foster parent, people at my school. Why are you such a bookworm? Because I liked school. I loved high school. I loved it. So, just don't compare me to your girlfriend or get me confused with her. Act like you know anything about me or anything like that, dude. Nobody fucking puts up with your shit. Nobody has given a goddamn about you for as long as I have, for as much of and wasted their time as much as I have with you. But for you to, he did exactly what I told you guys he'd do. Now, even though you're in here telling me he's talking shit, and that's fine. I don't want to know what all he said. I don't care. But, because I'm not rewatching those 2-hour streams or 1-hour streams. Fuck no. No. But I spent enough time as I needed to fucking, get my shit together and start really working on stuff. And, yeah, my body looks a hellaciously lot better than Liz's. A whole lot better, dude. And I had freaking kidney failure. Yeah, I had a tank top on in that video, nothing else. It was a tight one, too, so you could fucking see everything. Are you kidding me? My shit doesn't hang down over my fucking pants. The fuck ever, dude. And I'm 10 years... how much older am I than that kid? She's underage. That's why her parents were able to get her in a fucking lockdown. Instead of him... But he's still not... This shows me he's not grown up enough to fucking... Because now that she's away, look... When the cat's away, the mouse will play. He's all over my dick if I had one. when I was away, do you think he was on my mind at all? Fuck no. I come back, went to his channel, saw all kinds of shit about me on one video. And I didn't even finish watching it. I don't need to. He's just stalking me. The fact that he even found out about that Case Sarah account, that's a stalker, dude. I've never done that to him. He wishes. He'll tell you I have, and he constantly has to bring up Melton John. Melton John totally says, Melton John's out of the game, dude. He's totally out of the game, but you constantly bring up the fact that I love Melton, or that I'm in love with another fag, or whatever. Dude, that's not your concern. You and I don't have a friendship or a bond anymore, Anderson, to where at the end of the day, and this is what he would say, at the end of the day, no matter what we say, the unspoken bond is never broken, because you helped me. You broke it first. And I still took up for you, took your abuse. Carrie didn't want your fucking ass, dude, and it was on no one else's accord but hers. It was of her own accord. She didn't fucking want you. I didn't want you in that way. Because I don't like cheaters. I don't like that. And then, so you went and found another girl that you thought would be like me at that age, and you found out in the hard way that you were extremely wrong. And you're grooming her, dude. Because she does have that kind of love for you still. You're grooming her. That's why, like I said earlier, whenever he's stoned and high and pilled up or whatever, he'll tell her, get up and dance, baby, knowing she's got a grotesque body, knowing that nobody in the chat likes her. And she's not aware that he's doing it because he wants her to be made a mockery of, because he's abusive like that. She is thinking, oh, my boyfriend that I love wants me to dance. Well, I don't give a fuck about what anybody else has to say. I'm going to get up and dance for him. Even though every time she stands up, the only other person that was ever really on panel was Noodles. And he'd go, ugh. And then you're going to have the nerve to sit and talk about me? Dude, Anderson, are you out of your mind? I understand that Liz must not be out of her jail cell, dude. You need to be getting to know her fucking parents. You need to be getting to know her sister. You need to be getting on their good side so that they can fucking give you contact with her, because she must not be getting out for a long time, and he knows it. Either that or she's already out and all that was staged. I don't know. I haven't been watching. Alright, Patty. What's up? God, the bastard filth animal. Hey, I can't give you a bath because if I put you and submerge you in water, it's going to make you all moldy and gross. My cod smells like a fruit. He doesn't need a bath. I just pour drinks on him sometimes. Fruity drinks. You are cared for beyond belief. Marcus is playing... He's still playing this old NBA 2K. I bought him years ago for his birthday. But like I say, Marcus, you're the main one that uses internet in this house, honey. Not me. I never use it. It doesn't work good on my phone, and the very few games that I play don't require it. And I don't even play them hardly. So, that's why that's your bill. Right now he's playing 2K. I offered to buy him like the 2K, the newer one, but he doesn't want the newer one. He likes this one. He spent a lot of time on this one. This is what I might primarily see him play. He used to play GTA 5 a lot. I bought him that too, and then he fucking went ham on that for years, but then it became a little boring to him. He's already beat The Last of Us 2. We got that. He's already beat that. He beat that in less than a week. The Last of Us 2. By the way, big disappointment. Don't play it. If you loved The Last of Us, the original, like I did, oh, I loved the original. Don't even bother with this one, because it is such shit. Joel dies, and it's just, ugh. Once Joel died, I was not even interested in it anymore, because Ellie's a lesbian. I never really cared for Ellie after I saw the trailer of her being a lesbian out. I never really cared for her story after that. I thought, oh great, they're just going to push their New World Order agenda in this game. And, you know, she never had much of a story to begin with. It was Joel saving her. And then they just fucking, at the beginning of it, they just fucking killed off Joe. Coincidentally, a girl named Abby did. Joel. And, after they killed Joel, I was so, like, bored that I didn't even, no. And it's very gray. I don't like games that are real gray and dark like that. Even though they are on PlayStation 4 graphics, they're not my kind of games. I like games like GTA, but I'm bored with it too. That are real, beautiful graphics, beautiful, I like games like The Sims and stuff. But guess what? You don't need internet. I never use any of the features of Sims that requires internet. Ever. On the PlayStation. And that's the only game I primarily play. And I rarely play it. So. Especially lately. I haven't been playing anything. I've been working on my friendship with Mark. I've been working on getting my money, I've been working on just being independent and, so that I can really work and pay this car off and continue to split things 50-50 like I had been doing with Mark. Miss Carolyn, how long ago? Is she still here? Can you guys hear me? I know you can. I just wonder if I'm frozen. Where is life with Linda? I'm sorry, Linda, alright? I was upset because I knew Noodles didn't love you the same way that you loved him, and I didn't know how to tell you that. Because I don't know Noodles well enough to say that. But when you said crazy stuff like, I just thought, well, she's not in a good place, and I'm just gonna block her. But I don't have a problem with Linda. I liked Linda. What am I doing today? Well, Miss Carolyn, you just woke up. Let me think. Today, I have to go to dialysis. I have been doing nothing but sleeping and working. And it's all I can do to do both. I mean, I'm beyond tired. That this tells me I need dialysis. I've been sleeping, working, sleeping a ton, working while I'm up. And, so I'll definitely be doing my dialysis today. And then I'm exhausted. I'm going to work after this for a few hours. And I haven't been eating anything. When I don't have an appetite, even though I'm not really stressed out anymore, it tells me I need more dialysis. And so I got to do that. I got to work. And then I got to sleep. I'm going to shower and all that. But I mean, that goes without saying, Who the fuck mentions that they're going to shower? It just takes some extra time for me whenever I'm this sick. I'm having some frozen apple slices. This is the first thing I've had in, 24 hours. They've thawed out enough to where they're not giving me brain freeze. And they're peeled because, they're from Walmart. So, Don't eat the peels from anything with Walmart unless you, like, boil the wax off of it. And once you do that, you're going to see the true skin color of the peel and all the pesticides and shit that it was sprayed with to make it look nice. Don't ever eat, unless you go to like a real nice fancy place, don't ever eat the peel off of an apple, because it's most likely the same quality as fucking Walmart's. So these were already peeled, and so that's my whole day, Linda or Carolyn. That'll take the whole day to do that. After dialysis, I'll be wiped out, but I'll have to come home, get some more work in. I gotta do at least, I'm gonna get 4 hours in before I go to sleep. And then because I gotta get 2 in after dialysis. And then I also have to come in Saturday, which I'd normally be off Saturday and Sunday. And get in a couple more hours because I spoke with my nephrologist who came to visit me. And my labs aren't good, some of them. And, I've been working really hard to get my phosphorus down because it's very high. And all I got to do is take my binders and show up. So, like I say, it's called jealousy. When somebody's talking shit about you, and they're not even on your mind. Hey, just Miss Jamie. I hope you're doing well, darling. Good to see you, sweetheart. I gotta thank Miss Fury. She sent me the cutest little horse. And it made Cod mad because Cod thought, oh, is that a new baby? And I'm like, no, Cod, that's not replacing you. But she sent me the cutest horse stuffed animal, and the cutest little card, beautiful card. And in it, she wrote about how she used to ride the exact kind of horse that she sent me. And I thought it was so sweet. I was trying to return moldy, slimy strawberries to Walmart. Yeah, it's not strawberry season. And even if it is, don't ever get your produce from Walmart and think that it's going to be any good. Another trick with strawberries, Miss Carolyn, which you probably already know. Put them in cold water or just room temperature water and put a bunch of salt in there. Swirl it around. Wait about 30 minutes. You will see bugs come out. Drain it. And then, clean them off again. And that salt will naturally clean off some of the pesticides and stuff too. But produce from any big major corporation or chain stores, I wouldn't trust any produce from any store around here except Pilgrim's Market. Pilgrim's Market, I'm sure none of you have ever heard of. But I don't have the money right now to be buying that kind of food, so I know what to look for. This is why I got the apples that were already peeled from Walmart. Put them in the freezer, and they're real good. Get you some lemon juice to make them not turn brown. Somebody threw my lemon juice away. And, they'll keep for a while. Yeah, exactly, Karen. Yeah, I can't eat a bunch of strawberries. I love strawberries. Oh, I love them when they're in season and bought at a decent price, or bought at a good place, and that gets them from like local farmers and stuff. Our local farmers, they charge a fucking arm and a leg, but they're nice, big, juicy strawberries that are actually, they're not as good as the South, because obviously strawberries like heat. And these farmers up here, even though they're local and all that, they don't know how to, some of them don't know how to pick good strawberries. I mean, a strawberry, they'll pull them off the vine before they're ripe. When a strawberry is not deliciously blood red almost, then it's and you pick it off the vine and you put it out for sale, it's going to be sweet. It's not ready to come off the vine. If it's not big and really red, dark, like deep red, all throughout it. And see, I know the farmer's impression is that, oh, when I pull it off the vine, because these are simple farmers, these are good old, most of them, they call Idaho God's country and shit. They're not educated, but we need them because they're farmers, they do a hellaciously hard job. And I'm not trying to demean them, but they are under the impression that once you pick off the fruit from the vine, that it'll start, and some fruits do. A strawberry's not one of those. Once you pick it off the vine, it doesn't continue to ripen. No matter what they tell you, it doesn't continue to ripen. Okay? So when you think, oh, it'll be ripe by the time it gets to or it'll take a few, no. You just picked a strawberry, and they're ultimately costing themselves a lot of money by picking off, because they're under the impression, these farmers are, that, hey, just like a fucking any other, fruit, pear or anything like that will continue to ripen. I don't think pear is a good example, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. Maybe you can, Carolyn. Strawberry is just not one of those things, especially up here. This isn't the climate that strawberries like. And, yeah. The farmers down south know all about strawberries. That's why that's why I keep comparing them to the ones down south. But then again, the farmers up here that have fruits and stuff that I just may not like or eat as much, they know all about them because they grow up, they grow here primarily. So they need a cooler climate to grow in, right? So maybe, it might be just like I'm comparing their strawberries to farmers down south who know how to grow. The farmers down south may not know how to grow certain fruits that the people up here know how to grow as good, because they're not used to growing their fruits in our climate. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Carolyn, what is she saying? The entire batch of berries in store were bad. The produce guy said they had a bad batch. So I'm assuming this was from Walmart. I never said I was deleting my channel. I never said that. I said I was going to abandon it for 6 months to a year. But I realized I don't need to abandon it that long. I got my shit in gear. Everything's fine. I just can't put it first, Brandon. Carolyn, to be free? Who are you calling a wicked witch? You said... Oh, she was talking about the customer service desk. I've heard that. Does that really work? I have to go shopping tomorrow. I don't eat meat. So, I don't eat a lot of meat either. Especially red meat. It's very bad for your heart. Yes, that works, Jamie. Well, Carolyn, if they did come... Oh, my husband used to love cherries. I never liked cherries. Yeah, tomato. She's right. Now, tomatoes you can pick off the vine. I noticed down south the tomatoes were... Some of them would be real good, but up here they're a lot better. Now I can't eat tomatoes anymore. Like I've never really liked them that much. But I know, like down south, they would eat. My grandma, I remember she'd always love mayonnaise and mustard mayonnaise tomato sandwiches. She'd just put mayonnaise on it. It was disgusting to me. So down south, they're real picky about their tomatoes. And so I do know a little bit about them. Again, that's a high potassium. It's a fruit, right? Tomato's not a vegetable, technically. But I don't really like them. But they do offer some health benefits, so I eat them because I always have my potassium under. Because, again, if you get high potassium, it'll fucking stop your heart. So my potassium's always good. Always, unless I miss treatments. Thank you, just Miss Jamie. I don't know. I'm not paying attention to trolls. Yeah, Jamie, do it. Look it up first. Look it up. Look up how to do it exactly. Because, yeah, you will see a bunch of shit come out of your strawberries. Especially, and you got to leave it in there long enough for the bugs that are in, like, the center of it. And I don't know where you're located in the United States, sweetheart, but, if you got a worm or something that's, like, really trying to suffer, like, they don't like salt. It'll take them a while. It'll take them more than 10 minutes to get, depending on how deeply they've crawled into that fruit. It depends. And, it can take them 30 minutes, maybe even 40, to get to the top and crawl out. But you'll see it. Plus, all the nasty pesticides and shit, don't get your fucking produce. I don't know if you got places that sell organic that aren't like typical, that aren't chain stores, but get it, if you're going to get strawberries, it's well worth I don't know what you plan on doing with them, but if you got the money, get to a quality store and get organic. Now they will, they're of much greater quality because they don't spray them with all them pesticides. But definitely understand that you're going to have bugs in those. Because they half the reason they spray pesticides and shit to keep bugs out. But even the ones that they try to do that with, they have a shit ton of stuff that come out of it. They like lock them in there by spraying them with so much pesticide. Sometimes I've seen people like cut open fucking strawberries that had like huge worms in them. And they tried the salt trick and they cut open every single strawberry after that. Those worms were dead in strawberries. Now, so yeah, don't let that scare you, okay? Because that's rare. But if they spray it with a ton of pesticides, it's going to make it difficult for the before they did that, for the bugs that have already gotten into it to get out. So you might as well splurge on, if you can afford it, to get some real nice ones. Put them in the chop off the. You need to chop off the tops of them, the green part, and then and then put them in there. I don't know. I'd say warm. Make it to where they'll want to dig their asses out. Don't freeze them. So I'd say room temperature water. Make sure it's clean water, if you can. Otherwise, tap water will do. But if you have, like, city water, no. I don't know. I don't know if you want to do that, depending on how much you buy, or how big of a bowl you want to put them in. I don't know. But if you can, use, spring water from the store. Get you a gallon of that. Should be more than enough. Use that. Make sure make sure you get it. Normally, the spring water you get from stores, just Miss Jamie, they are room temp already, so you'll be set to go as soon as you get home. Put the strawberries in, fill it up with a lot of water, in a huge bowl if you plan on doing all of them, depending on how many you get. I don't know if you plan on getting a bunch or, a pound. Start with a pound. And put the salt, a lot of salt in and mix it up really well. Mix it up really, really well. Wait 40 minutes. And then I think you're supposed to, obviously you got to drain it. But make sure you wash it off because you don't want your strawberries to have a bunch of salt all over them. Don't start cutting them open until you've taken a bite out of one and you can, you don't taste a bunch of salt because you don't want to ruin them. And again, look it up. Look it up, Jamie, before you do it because I've never done it. I don't know the whole process of it. I think I did it once and I didn't, it's been back since July. I don't remember that far back. Like that stupid ass Anderson Henderson's been stalking me to the point where apparently I'm saying things that are so profound to him that he thinks I got them from him. Dude, when he's already said 100 times, oh, but you can't remember anything, Abby. So I guess I can't remember that far back. Oh, things I said to her years ago. She copying me. No, dude. No, I'm not. I don't fucking remember that far back. And people are more likely to remember bad things than good things. So, whatever profound thing your stalking ass has seen me say, trust me, hon, it didn't come from you. Because I don't remember. There were very few good times. But, yeah, I'm not your girlfriend, dude. You're a cheating scumbag. So I went with Melton, who I don't have any regrets about. And, you had already showed me you didn't care about our bond by just using me for your entertainment here. Even though I was the one that had to, beg your ass to come back. You found some fat whore, and that's what she is, a fat whore. She's the one that's out here cheating, sleeping around, doing all this shit. It probably long before she even met Anderson, according to Anderson now. And I never fucking did anything like that. He's insane. I can count the number of men I've slept with on one hand, and 2 of them shouldn't even count. And I'm 28, dude. I guarantee you, Liz can't say the same. Liz has slept with more than 5 men. Ugh, and Anderson's hit that, dude. He hit that raw in order for them to wonder if whether or not they're pregnant. Which I wasn't watching. I don't know. Were you watching that, Jamie? Is she not out of rehab or whatever? Or lockdown? Her mental institution lockdown? Because he wouldn't be trying to coattail my ass like he used to. He acts like on film like it is back in the day. Like it was back in the day, like we harmlessly video fight, but at the end of the day, the bond's never broken. No, dude, the bond's broken. You broke the bond. Not me. You fucking broke it. So, for you to come on here and try to, video fight playfully and shit, while your fat ass pretends to lift weights, yeah, show us your arms, Anderson. Whatever, dude. While making fun of my weight when your girlfriend's 20 times heavier than I am. Plus, I have end-stage renal failure, dude. My body has ballooned up with a ton of fluid and had it sucked off 1,000,000 times in 3 years. So, my titties look damn good, and so does my gut, considering that. Looks damn good. No, I wasn't trying to impress nobody with that video. I looked like shit in it. My face did. That's why I had a mask on. I had no makeup on. But my body looks damn good compared to the way it did. Especially now that I'm working out more. And when I say working out, I mean like cardio, which is building stamina. Now I just gotta work on my arms. That's all I gotta work on. And those suckers won't be, I've always had a lot of muscles in my arms. So they're not real flabby. So I can get those under control in a matter of weeks. But I was showing off my titties because I had no bra on and I had a tight tank top on. And I was proud of myself. I was proud of the way I looked as far as my upper body. I still got a nice fat ass that sits up real nice. I could tell it in those pants. And that was a really tight tank top, so it really showed everything. Like, you could see my nipples through it and everything. I touched my breasts so that you could tell that there wasn't no built-in bra or anything with that. And, I looked damn good. But I don't understand why somebody who has a girlfriend would even be looking at me like that, and then taking my video to like a group of what he called fat losers, I guess, that are his friends. But to him, he went over there and said, hey, look at this girl, isn't she ugly? Well, first of all, if they're fat losers and a guy comes in and says, hey, isn't this girl ugly, they're going to agree with that guy no matter what, just because they have no self-esteem. But yeah, he's told me, he also said in that video something about these guys watch Abby. So you've brought groups of people you talk to about me outside of this website to my channel? What the hell's the matter with you? You're a crazy stalker, dude. Like, we don't have no bond no more. Get the fuck away from me. Move on, Anderson. Watch some people around here. And, make some friends, dude. I'm not your fucking bitch anymore, dude. Never fucking really was, but I definitely ain't now. But all he wants is attention. But it ain't gonna be like it was back in the day, Anderson, with your feature film where we'd video fight, and at the end of the day it was all love. No. Especially after the way you fucking attacked me the other day out of the blue. I don't consider somebody like that who sees somebody in a vulnerable position and kicks them when they're down. Like, fuck you, dude. Worry about the fat whore that you're trying to knock up, who might have got an STD from cheating on your stupid ass. This was her words. I saw. I mean, it took Anderson an hour or two. It took him about 30 to 40 minutes just to get her to admit that they did more than go and have coffee after they had been broken up for 3 days. And obviously she's stupid as fuck because she didn't understand that, like, hey, Anderson breaks up with you all the time and wants to get back together. Or he was wanting her to, see, I know Anderson. He broke up with her. He didn't mean it. He only wants her to, like, come back to him saying, oh, baby, take me back and all that shit like I would do back in the day. And she's not me. He told the poor girl to her face, and I witnessed this with my own eyes. Oh, I'm going to turn you to her face on the live stream, I'm going to turn you into the next Abby. And yeah, he meant it. No, you can't turn anybody. She's nothing like me, dude. Because back in the day, when Anderson would do the whole I'm breaking up with you, I'd be like, oh, baby, I love you. Don't kill yourself. I love you. Don't break up with me. I'm so sorry. But she didn't fucking do that. He was expecting her to do that. And instead, she went out and fucked another dude. Man. But she's the next Abby, right? In her wildest dreams. I feel sorry for that girl. And I feel real sorry for her. Because I know for a fact that Anderson didn't hit her, okay? I know that for a fact. She's the one that told people, though, that he did. So she's extremely toxic, too. I would never tell people a man hit me when he didn't. So she's extremely toxic, too, to him. She's going to end up getting him in jail. And he's not mature enough to handle somebody like her. She is not anything like me, dude. He thought, oh, let me get her at the age that I got Abby at. And start grooming her like I did Abby. Then I'll have her under my little thumb. Because I won't make the same mistakes I did with Abby. But he ultimately did. And he paid the price, too. He realized that ain't me. And you're not going to be able to groom her. I mean, he has groomed her, but it's only because, she loves him that he's allowed that she's allowed that. And she's too stupid. That's why he's a pedo. He wanted somebody young. But, moving on, I just was flabbergasted when I heard that motherfucker say, Abby's saying such profound things on her new account's most recent live stream that she must have heard me say those. First of all, I didn't even know he was aware of that account till tonight. Okay? Somebody left a comment on it a couple days ago. I deleted it as soon as I saw the comments. Nobody was meant to know that except Milton. And, so it was creepy to me to know that he watches and was watching my new account. I'm glad I fucking came back sooner than I did. Sooner than I intended to. Or else I wouldn't have known that. He's a creepy son of a bitch. Like, if you hate me so much that you attacked me and didn't want me to be on your fucking stream, and then I fucking bounced, haven't been back since until tonight for that, when I saw that video. I didn't finish watching it. I don't plan on finishing watching it. He's just a scumbag. Dude, focus on your girl. Focus on getting along with her parents so that they might get her out earlier. Okay? Don't make her wait until she's fucking 18 and gets enough of a doctor's evaluation. Like, get along with her parents. If not for your sake, then for hers, so that they might let her out. Because the only reason they put her in there is because you kicked her out, and she told them that you beat her. And I know we did. I know we didn't. I know him very well. And I know we didn't hit her. And she shouldn't have said that. So, she's got, Anderson's got to understand, I'm not even, I don't fucking, clog up the damn bathroom like that. That's insane. She don't even know how to use a curtain right. Teach her. That poor child. Anyway, I just wish he'd focus on her now that she's, I guess she's still in there, instead of riding my coattails. And when you are obviously hate my guts, Anderson, obviously that bond's broken. Obviously, I'm subject to be cool with you at any time and just be totally trashed over people you don't even fucking know. When really, I know that's not the case. The only reason you were doing that day was because you were hurting over Liz. We both know that, and I know that. So, and that's why that's why I haven't been paying attention and stuff, because I thought, well, either Liz is out, and she'll be back, or she's still in there and it was all staged. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I don't know. But for him to be all over me and for her to not be on that stream, at least to my knowledge, because usually his thumbnails would have her in them, that tells me she's still under lockdown. And he could be working instead of focusing on me. he could be working on getting along with her families so that they could at least, say, hey, before she turns 18, and then it's up to the doctors. They can pull her out anytime, okay? They can pull her out. They can say, ultimately it takes a doctor too as well. But the doctor will be much more likely to get her out of the facility she's in, which is probably hell. And if the parents come and say, hey, I want her out, and her parents put her in there because they were under the impression she ran away with Anderson. Anderson didn't let them know who she was with, even though he said that he told her to call them or she wouldn't have even done that, which is good. But they don't, no, Anderson, they're not going to respect that, because in their minds, you've always fussed at them, and they don't know you at all, and in their minds, that don't mean shit to them, because in their minds, all they're thinking is, you hid our little girl from us. Don't mention anything about her relationship with them. People on YouTube shouldn't know that, but he's always let out everything I've ever told him. So I don't expect him not to do any less with a woman he loves. It's just habit for him. But yeah, he doesn't need to be taking my videos to groups of what he calls fat losers outside of this website, telling them to look at me and laughing at me or whatever. He needs to be focusing on her and getting along with her parents and getting along with her sister, and because they watch his shit. And if they see how bad he's attacking me, it's just gonna make them think, oh God, this man is gonna be horrible for our daughter, and they're gonna do everything in their power, even when she turns 18, to keep her the fuck away from you. And no, Anderson, you can't just move like you say you can, because you're on a great apartment right now. You have a big apartment, and they know where you live, and they you can't just up and leave that place, because you got it off of Section 8 for one. Section 8 waiting list is a long time, and you're not going to be able to get another Section 8 apartment like that that's as nice as the one you're in, because usually they're trashy, especially in fucking West Virginia. Even Anderson told me it's the poorest state in the United States of America, and there's a wait list, so he's lucky to have that $99 rent that he has right now. He can't just up and leave, that idiot. If he truly wants to have a family and he truly loves Liz the way he says he does, then she would be the only girl on his mind. I wouldn't be on his mind. He wouldn't be wanting, because when I fell for John, he wasn't on mine. So why the fuck am I on his if he truly loves this woman? I would be doing everything in my power, guys, to get in good graces with her parents. Especially because I'm 28 years old and mature enough to understand that if I do that, her parents will push for her to come out of that facility, because they won't be so afraid that she's going to run away back to me. And that'll make a doctor want to get up off, a doctor and say, hey, the parents are really wanting her out of here. Let me evaluate her quicker so I can get her out of here. And the doctor will see the poor thing's not crazy. And at least not to the extent to where she needs to be held in a mental facility. She could get seriously hurt in there. She seriously could. And he knows this. But instead of doing that, he continues to attack me. Now I'm on his mind all of a sudden since she's gone. And knowing that his channel's watched by, her family. They're going to see him attacking another girl. Dude. Plus the way he treated her whenever she was on stage. It shows me that he don't really love her. He was trying to fill that void. He's always looked for a woman to fill the void in his heart instead of Christ. And ultimately, I'll always care for him because I put so much of my time and effort, and I wouldn't continue to do so if I didn't. But now, when I saw him kick me when I was down, after I even told him, and he's heard me say it because he mentioned it, that, he's the only one I would go to right now because he knows me so well and all that. And before I could even have a chance to, I wasn't planning on it, but I still wanted to get along with him. I just came into one of his live streams one day expecting everything to be hunky-dory like it had always had been. And then I was just attacked, totally attacked. And so I won't be going back to any live streams. And I don't rewatch live streams. So I won't be, catching up on any of that drama. I don't give a shit. I'm not going back to any of his live streams. But maybe he's so obsessed with me again because she is going to be locked away for a long time. And he's too immature to realize that what he really needs to be doing. You're not hurting me, dude. I know you're trying to because you're hurting, but you're not hurting me. I know I'm very good looking compared to your girl. And compared to you, considering everything I've been through and how sheltered your life is, you're bald. I never cared about that, though. You got a lot fatter, too, Anderson. I never cared about that. I never cared back when me and him were close, I wouldn't give a shit if he is bald. I would have still loved him. But he's tried to replace me 2 times now, openly saying that. And it didn't fucking work, because you can't replace me. Nobody is going to be like me, just like I'm not going to ever be like anybody else. God made us all to have our unique personalities, okay? And that troll on his account is right. Nobody would put up with him the way I have for as long as I have. I know he's hurting. That's why I'm not really attacking him back. But what do you want, Anderson? Do you want a friendship with me again or not? Because you can't say, oh, I've forgiven you, and then as soon as you hurt or get hurt, take it out on me again. And tell your audience, oh, it's because of this, when I actually know the real case, and so do you. I know old habits die hard, Anderson, especially with you, but it's ridiculous. And how long have I been going? Oh goodness, Coates 9500 must be. Hey, what's up, Music Biz? Carolyn to be freed, Catholic worth and support church. Yeah, it's just sad. I don't know, Brandon. I never knew her Facebook or anything like that. I never wanted to get to know her. Oh yeah, my birth family and I go see them every 3 or 4 years. I just went back there in 2017 and stayed for 6 months. My mom had a massive stroke recently. She's doing so well. I talk to her every day. I call up my father. He's still at the house, their house, and she has to regain her. She stopped smoking, even though you're allowed to smoke there, because she's afraid of having another stroke, because it made it to where she couldn't move. She's losing weight. She's eating healthier. She is learning to. 3 months ago, guys, she couldn't even turn herself over in the bed. Now, they're encouraging her to take steps. She can stand. She stood up for the first time in over a year. In about a year. She stood up for the first time in a year, just 2 days ago. I was so proud of my mother. And I keep encouraging her. I do memory games with her, because the first year after a stroke, whatever you don't regain back after the first year, you have a slim chance of regaining it back. So I noticed, I'm playing memory games with her. I'm encouraging, because at first she told me she wasn't taking the memory game seriously. But I noticed she needed to. So I encouraged her to, and I told her why. And I have to repeat myself to her over and over and over, because her short-term memory is horrible. And then I'll ask her at the end of the call, Mama, do you remember why? She said, yes. And I said, well, tell me. Oh, I forgot. But now, when I say, Mama, do you remember why? She knows I'm going to ask her to tell me. So she's like, yeah, because you told me that whatever I don't regain after a first year since the stroke occurred, I won't get back, more than likely. Good girl. I'm proud of you, Mama. Keep working hard. And she has been working hard. And I can tell she's working hard, because she's recalling things. I'm letting her talk. I'm telling her to tell me about her day. My mama's doing beyond good. My dad, I love him with all my heart, but he is a lost cause. He won't change his ways. So I'm already sad that I know I'm going to lose my father, who I'm very close to as well. I always have been. But it would really hurt me to lose my mother. It's going to hurt me equally to lose either one of them. But the fact that my mother's trying and she has a chance, to where I know my dad, he just gave up on himself and now it's too late. We try. Right now, like, for instance, my mom is trying to get my dad a PlayStation, since I told her, I said, Mom, all he's doing out there without you is smoking cigarettes and walking up and down those dirt roads all day, waiting for the mail to come, because my poor old father, he has to watch shows like Family Feud, which I encourage him to, but after a while that gets boring. My mother pays for the cable bill, and it's over $200 a month, and my father can't follow a new show or a movie unless he's already seen it. That's why he sits and flips through a million channels all day. But I told her, I said, Mama, get him a PlayStation, because when I was there, I got him a Wii, and I was astonished, because I wanted my father to have something to keep his mind on, other than, so that maybe he wouldn't smoke as much. I know he's not willing to stop smoking. Mama's willing. She, after she's had this major stroke, she's scared. And I'm so proud of her for it. She said she smoked a cigarette once, and she could taste the poisons in them. And I was so proud to hear my mama say that. I never in a million years thought I'd ever hear my mama say that. I remember crying to her. I took my mom and dad out to lunch, and I remember crying to her as I sat across from them at a table in 2017, and I fucking cried to them, and I told them, I begged them both to stop smoking, to stop eating so unhealthy, to please, Mom, get up and do things for yourself instead of hollering for Dad to do it. You're just going to gain more and more weight. You've got to start exercising. I know you're overweight, but you've got to start exercising. My mama was so slim and so pretty back in 2013. And when she got into another house with my dad, and way out in the country, where she didn't have access to much, where everything's miles away, oh my God, her health got so much worse, because my dad would cook, and, in the South, my dad's always been the cook. But in the South, they don't eat healthy. So he would bring her these huge portions. And I'm like, Dad, does she fucking need that? And he's like, no. I'm like, Dad, this is so bad for you. I would try to go in and shop with my dad, but he just wouldn't. He wasn't willing to even hear me out. I understand, but it was hard for me to see him grab all this shit off the shelves, knowing that, I didn't care that I was paying for it most of the time, but it was my honor to walk through a store with my precious father and pay for anything he wanted. It was my honor. Those are great memories I'll have, but at the same time, I would say, hey, Dad, can we get something a little healthy? It's the same, it's an alternative. No, I don't know how to cook with that. I have to cook with what I know, Abby, because my memory's bad and all that. Well, okay, Dad. But at the same time, it would break my heart because I knew that it's just going to make him have another massive heart attack. But at the same time, I didn't want to be like, no, Dad, we're getting this, because he had a point too. He knows how to cook a certain way. He lost his memory. He refused to go to rehabilitation therapy after his first stroke. He had another massive stroke after that and 2 massive heart attacks. And he still smokes like a freight train. So I know my daddy ain't willing to change his ways. So all I can do with my father is enjoy the time I have with him and encourage him to not smoke by doing stuff like making sure, Mama gets him a PlayStation. Even though she knows nothing about it, I'll help her out. I'll order it. I'll do whatever. So I can, at the very least, hope. My hope for my father is if I get his mind on something else other than that stupid TV, if he can get into a game again, he can, he really can. And he did really well with the Wii. He did amazingly with it. But he only wanted he got the games where like you bowl or you play golf. I want him to have a PlayStation 4 so he can get a game like he's used to playing, like Crash Bandicoot. They got that shit on PlayStation. I mean, I'll order it, whatever. It would thrill my father to be able to play the new versions of those games that me and him used to play. Every single day I'd come home from school, me and my daddy would play games or we'd watch TV together. Up until the day I was taken away. It would thrill him to have a PlayStation 4 in his house, be able to play those same games that me and him used to play, but just newer versions of it. It would shock him to see the graphics and all the changes in it. It would pique his interest and make him want to learn how to play it versus discouraged. And it would preoccupy his time if he sees, these are games me and Abby used to play. Instead of him feeling discouraged of not knowing how to work it, it'll make him want to learn how to work it that much more. Plus, it'll take his mind off smoking cigarettes, and at the very least, I can help him that way. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? But with Mama, she is willing to help herself. You can't help somebody that ain't willing to help themselves, especially when I live out here in Idaho. But I'm on top of her care too. I mean, I make her write down stuff, but before she does, I want her to, I try to do the memory thing with her, but her memory just ain't all the way there yet. So she writes down questions to ask. Her kidneys are not at 60% function. She told me that, and I said, oh my God. She said, no, Abby, they told me if it's anything greater than 60%, not to worry. And I said, okay, Mama, she must be referring to your GFR. She said, yep, you got it on the money. I remember exactly. She said the GFR was greater than 60. I said, that makes me feel so good because my mother wants to give me a kidney. And if she quits smoking and keeps on the path that she is, then she definitely can. And she, I know, is a match because that's my mom, There would be not much testing there, And, she's more motivated now than ever. She loves hearing, I'm proud of you, from me. She loves hearing, she loves feeling better. My goodness. I just am beyond proud of her, dude. So, yeah. That's a lot. Hey, Abby, here's what I do. Imagine you were in Africa. Now think about your life. Isn't that better? Absolutely. I do that all the time. I thank God all the time. And if you go back and watch my streams, you'll hear me say how thankful I am all the fucking time. You'll hear me say even whenever, I said it even when I was having a hard time. I was like, you know what? I'm still thankful no matter what because I trust in Jesus and I know that He will get me through. I had no doubts, and look how much happier we are. Me and Marcus, our friendship is a lot better. Everything's good, guys. I'm working my ass off. Everything's good. And I am truly blessed. And I oftentimes say that I say it all the time. Not all the time, but I've said it before many times. How there are kids starving in Africa right now. So, you know, we should feel more than privileged. Sometimes I get mad at seeing people like complain all the time and bitch and whine about first world problems, even though I'm guilty of it myself at times. You know, it's just the way it is. But I've been going an hour and 55 minutes, guys. I want to stay on here longer, okay? Yeah, he's a lot like Anderson, but Noodles is like his character, he said the last time I was on panel talking to him, and the first time really that I stayed and did the panel. Like, I don't know why he deleted that, but I don't see that it's up anymore. I don't know. He says he doesn't delete panels, so I don't know why he would delete that one. I hope he puts it back up. Because if he's going to delete panels that I'm in, then why would I ever be encouraged to go back to his channel and be on one again? He's unblocked. But yeah, he has a lot of women fighting over him for some reason. I don't know what Anderson means whenever he said that Noodles stole Abby away from him. I've never been attracted to Noodles in that way. Noodles has always been all over me, not the other way around. And it's because he wants to build his channel. And now that he's got his channel, you're not going to see him hosting your shows all the time, Anderson. Because he was using you like you were using him, douchebag. But Noodles knows that I ain't using him for nothing. I got my own shit. So, that's why you're not going to see him in here much either anymore. He's got his own channel now. He just used me for views. I mean, I never talked to him. I had, like, 2 conversations with the guy. And he tried to say we had more and all that, and that they were really long. No, they weren't.